actually seeing you for almost 6 years now, like since I was in South Scope, and then finally I get to like sit opposite you and like have a conversation here. So
I'm glad, and thank you so much for coming all the way.
Pleasure is mine.
Thank you.
So yeah, it feels like an exciting phase for you, isn't it? You have Moini, then Saturangavette.
Yeah, there's a lot of everything happening at one time, so I'm quite excited about that.
Right, and then there's a Vijay Setupathi's film also, which was announced recently.
So. Yeah, the thing is with, there are two films which were in the pipeline. One was NH10 and one was Vijay Setupathi's, which I didn't want to announce because I haven't signed it. We're still in terms of, you know, discussing the script and stuff. But hopefully all should go well by Jan 2017.
Right, so NH10 is happening, is that what you're saying?
It's happening in the sense they've approached me for the project, and of course, I mean, everybody knows the script. It's very challenging for a heroine. So if all goes well, I will definitely be on board.
Right. So for a film like NH10, everything is on your shoulders, right? So are you prepared for that?
I am, because I mean, I watched the Hindi version when it was released. It's very, and at that time itself, in my head, I was like, if someone remakes it, will it be good, you know, in Tamil? Because it's something, even now, the director who's on board is trying to fit it according to Tamil Nadu, the rural thing, you know, because we can't obviously ape the same thing. But for a heroine, it's a great, I loved Anushka in the film, and I mean, I don't even, it's not even like I can ape her, but I just hope if I'm on board, I can do as good a job.
Right. So do you think it's an exciting phase for women in cinema, you know,
yes,
with films like...
It is, yes. I think over the last few years, when a few heroine-oriented films started doing so well, directors have a lot more confidence to write for women now. So even in a hero's film, like the ones I'm doing, say even with a Dhanush or any hero, the characters are very strong, because I think people... Today, the generation, it's all about a script. Of course, being a star and the package matters, but if the script content is not there, no film seems to work today.
Right. So, in an interview recently, you said that this is the exciting phase for you in your career, and you said you like yourself as an actor now.
Yes.
Were you referring to the 14 years acting stint in cinema while you actually made that statement?
Yes, because initially, of course, I loved the first few years of me coming in and, you know, all the great films I've done. But it was always, I felt I was stuck in a stereotype at that point. Like initially it was all about making it, establishing a name, and then doing good blockbusters. And after it was like, now I want to do films where my acting is also, you know, given importance. Then I kind of broke that and did films like an Abhiyam Nanum and a VTV and stuff. And now I just feel nothing will go against my choices. So even if I want to break the jinx and do something, it's a time when people have seen me do so much, they're willing to accept me in those roles. As a newcomer, it would have been harder. Like, especially a film like Kodi, I don't know if I could have carried it off 5 or 6 years back. But today I'm very confident that it's something that in terms of my character will work.
Right. So how and when did your approach towards your work change? I mean,
to be very honest, it was because of the kind of films that were offered to me.
Right.
Like when I got an Abhiyam Nanum, it was again very sweet. It was not really breaking a stereotype, but it was different. It was a heroine oriented. It was a story between a father and a daughter. And I think thankfully it was the films that came to me that gradually helped me make that change.
Right.
And I also tried and, you know, chose films that would work for me differently at that point.
Right. So Trisha, you're one of those actresses in contemporary Telugu and Tamil cinema who have defied all odds to be where you're today. So looking back, is there a sense of accomplishment?
Today there's lots more to do and lots more to achieve. I always think I'm like, what is this, a bottomless pit of need. I'm never really happy, but I'm very content.
Right. So is there something that you could have done differently? Is there that feeling?
No, absolutely no regrets. Even my films which have probably not fared very well at the box office, I have no regrets. Given a choice, I would do it all over again. Because I chose it for very different reasons. I never choose my films thinking, is it going to be a hit? Is it going to be a blockbuster? And I never stereotype myself. It's not like now I will do only heroine-oriented films. Or I would love to be part of mass films. Even if it means having 10 scenes and maybe 2 songs, if it works for me, I would love to do films like that. So I think that has worked to my advantage because I'm not typecast at all.
Right. So, but when you actually work on a project, you never know the result, right? So
You never know the result.
Yeah.
A film which I thought could do great has, totally failed me, and vice versa. So if you're happy with the whole process of doing a film, I think you should just put a full stop and leave it. The rest of it is all, it depends on the audience.
Right. So yeah, just fate, right?
It's fate, because even sometimes when you put in everything, you just don't know, something doesn't work and something which you thought would never work clicks.
Right.
That's how the industry works. It is a battle of, it's unpredictable.
Yeah.
And we're used to that now. I think after about 50 odd films, if I'm not used to it now, then I'll never be used to it. So.
Right. This is the first time you play a negative shade in the film.
Yes.
Yeah. So we've always seen the good girl and the bubbly girl, but this must have been challenging. And you even said during your Twitter chat recently that it was one of the most challenging roles. What was challenging about it?
Challenging because, to be honest, when Durai first narrated the script to me, I said, "Are you sure you want me in this film?" I mean, I understand me and Dhanush have not paired up before. He was like, "I thought of you and wrote this." I said, "But I don't suit this role at all. It's not me." He was like,